Most people think money problems are about money, but they're not. They're about mindset. Because before wealth appears in your life, it appears in your thinking. Now here's the truth. Your financial reality often reflects your mental habits, your beliefs, your decisions, your behavior. Now imagine this. Two people earn the same amount. One builds wealth, the other stays broke. Why? Mindset. Now here's the shift. Wealth is not only about income, it's about thinking differently. Now think about this. Most people chase money emotionally. They spend emotionally, react emotionally, fear financially. That creates chaos. Now imagine the opposite. Calm decisions, long-term thinking, discipline. That builds wealth. Now here's something powerful. Poor mindset focuses on survival. Wealth mindset focuses on growth. Now imagine this. One person asks, how do I avoid losing money? Another asks, how do I create more value? Different mindset, different future. Now here's the truth. Money follows value, not excuses. Now imagine this. You improve your skills, your thinking, your discipline. That increases opportunities. Now let's go deeper. Most people stay financially stuck because they think short term. Now imagine this. Instant pleasure, impulse spending, no patience. That destroys wealth. Now imagine the opposite. Delayed gratification, smart decisions, long-term vision. That builds financial power. Now here's something deeper. Your environment affects your mindset. Now imagine this. Negative people around you, constant complaints, fear, scarcity thinking. That shapes your beliefs. Now imagine the opposite. Growth-minded people, opportunity-focused conversations. That changes your thinking. Now here's the truth. You become what you repeatedly hear and believe. Now let's go further. You must stop seeing money emotionally, because emotional money decisions create problems. Now imagine this. You buy to impress people. You spend to feel better. That creates financial weakness. Now here's the shift. Start using money strategically. Now imagine this. You spend intentionally. You invest wisely. That builds stability. Now here's something powerful. Wealth starts with responsibility. Now imagine this. You stop blaming circumstances. You take control. That changes everything. Now here's the truth. Financial discipline matters more than financial appearance. Now imagine this. Someone looks rich, but has no control. Another lives simply, but builds assets quietly. Who becomes wealthy long-term? The disciplined person. Now let's go deeper. You must learn patience, because wealth grows slowly. Now imagine this. You expect instant results. You quit early. That destroys progress. Now imagine the opposite. Consistency, patience, long-term focus. That compounds. Now here's something deeper. Scarcity mindset creates fear. Now imagine this. You constantly fear losing money. That limits decisions. Now imagine abundance mindset. You focus on growth, learning, opportunity. That expands possibilities. Now here's the truth. Your mind determines your financial direction. Now imagine this version of you. You think long-term, you control spending, you improve skills, you stay disciplined. That version is powerful, because now you are building wealth mentally first. Now here's the final realization. Money starts in your mind, not your wallet. Now let's build the system. Because mindset without action changes nothing. You need habits, structure, daily financial behavior. Because wealth is built repeatedly, not randomly. Now imagine this. Most people want wealth, but their habits create poverty. Now here's the truth. Small daily decisions shape financial future. So let's make it practical, step by step. Now step 1, track your money, because awareness creates control. Now imagine this. You know exactly where money goes. That changes behavior. Now here's the truth. Most people lose money silently, through unconscious spending. Now step 2, spend below your income, because lifestyle inflation destroys growth. Now imagine this. You earn more, but also spend more. Nothing changes. Now imagine the opposite. Income increases. Spending stays controlled. That builds wealth. Now step 3. Focus on skill growth, because skills increase value. Now imagine this. You improve communication, sales, business, technology. That creates opportunities. Now here's something powerful. High income usually follows high value. Now step 4. Build multiple income sources slowly, because dependence creates risk. Now imagine this. One income disappears. Everything collapses. Now imagine the opposite. Different streams, more stability. That builds financial security. Now step 5. Stop buying for status, because fake wealth creates real problems. Now imagine this. Expensive things, no assets, no savings. That creates pressure. Now here's the shift. Build real wealth quietly. Now imagine this. Investments, skills, long-term growth. That creates freedom. Now step 6. Learn patience, because wealth compounds over time. Now imagine this. You expect fast success. You quit early. That destroys progress. Now imagine the opposite. Long-term consistency. That builds results. Now step 7. Control emotional spending, because emotions destroy discipline. Now imagine this. Stress shopping, impulse buying. That weakens financial control. Now imagine the opposite. Intentional spending, calm decisions. That builds stability. Now step 8. Study financially successful people, because environment shapes mindset. Now imagine this. You learn from disciplined people. That changes thinking. Now step 9. Focus on assets, not appearance, because appearance fades. Assets grow. Now imagine this. Most people buy liabilities to look successful. Now imagine the opposite. You build ownership. That creates long-term wealth. Now step 10. Think in years, not days, because short-term thinking creates poor decisions. Now imagine this. You sacrifice short-term pleasure for long-term freedom. That changes your future. Now let's go deeper. You must remove scarcity thinking, because scarcity creates fear-based decisions. Now imagine this. You constantly fear not having enough. That limits action. Now imagine abundance mindset. You focus on growth, learning, creation. That expands opportunity. Now here's something powerful. Wealth mindset focuses on solutions, not complaints. Now imagine this. Problems appear. Instead of panicking, you think strategically. That builds power.
Now let's go further. You must build discipline before wealth arrives. Because without discipline, money disappears quickly. Now imagine this. You gain money without control. You lose it. Now imagine the opposite. Strong discipline. That preserves growth. Now here's the truth. Money amplifies habits. Now imagine this version of you. You think strategically. You spend intentionally. You build skills. You stay patient. That version is powerful. Because now your habits support wealth. Now here's the final shift. Stop asking, how do I get rich quickly? Start asking, how do I build lasting financial habits? Because habits create wealth.
Let's go deeper. Because money is emotional for most people. Fear, stress, comparison, pressure. And until you understand the psychology behind money, you will struggle with it, no matter how much you earn. Now here's the truth. Most financial problems start mentally first. Now imagine this. Someone earns more money, but still feels poor, still stressed, still insecure. Why? Because mindset never changed. Now here's something powerful. Scarcity mindset keeps people financially trapped. Now imagine this. You constantly think, there's never enough. I'll always struggle. That's impossible for me. Those thoughts shape behavior. Now here's the truth. Fear-based thinking creates limited action. Now imagine this. You fear losing money constantly, so you avoid opportunities, avoid growth, avoid risk completely. That creates stagnation. Now imagine the opposite. Abundance mindset. You believe opportunities exist. You believe skills can grow. You believe progress is possible. That changes decisions. Now, here's the shift. Wealthy thinking is not arrogance, it's possibility. Now let's go deeper. Your childhood often shapes your money beliefs. Now imagine this. You grew up hearing, money is hard. Rich people are greedy. We can't afford that. Those beliefs stay inside subconsciously. Now, here's the truth. Your subconscious affects financial behavior. Now imagine this. You secretly believe wealth is bad. You sabotage success unconsciously. Now, here's the shift. You must rewrite those beliefs. Now imagine this. You say, money is a tool. Wealth creates freedom. I can learn financial discipline. Now, repeat that daily. That changes identity. Now, here's something deeper. Identity shapes income. Now imagine this. If you believe, I'm bad with money, you act accordingly. Now imagine the opposite. I am financially disciplined. That changes behavior. Now, here's the truth. People act according to identity. Now let's go further. You must stop comparing your life to others, because comparison creates financial pressure. Now imagine this. You buy things to impress people. That destroys peace. Now imagine the opposite. You focus on your own progress. That creates stability. Now here's something powerful. Real wealth is often invisible. Now imagine this. Quiet discipline, smart investments, patience. That builds freedom. Now here's the truth. Many people look wealthy, but are financially weak internally. Now imagine the opposite. Simple lifestyle, strong financial foundation, that creates long-term power. Now, let's go deeper. You must separate self-worth from money, because money should not define identity. Now, imagine this. You lose money temporarily, but keep confidence. That creates resilience. Now, here's the truth. Emotionally strong people recover faster financially. Now, imagine this. You stay calm during financial pressure. That improves decisions. Now, here's something deeper. Money amplifies personality. Now imagine this. Undisciplined habits with little money become bigger problems with more money. Now, imagine the opposite. Discipline with small money creates bigger wealth later. Now, here's something powerful. Financial confidence comes from control, not appearance. Now, imagine this. You know how to manage money. That creates peace internally. Now, let's go further. You must stop seeing wealth as luck, because wealth usually follows discipline and value. Now imagine this. You improve yourself consistently. That increases opportunities naturally. Now, here's the truth. Mindset shapes behavior. Behavior shapes financial results. Now, imagine this version of you. You think abundantly. You act strategically. You stay patient. You build discipline. That version is powerful, because now your identity supports wealth. Now, here's the final realization. Wealth is not only built through money, it's built through mindset first.
There is a level where money stops controlling your emotions and you begin controlling your financial life calmly. That level is financial discipline, and most people never reach it because they chase money emotionally instead of building wealth strategically. Now here's the truth. Wealth is not built through excitement. It's built through consistency, patience, discipline. Now imagine this. Most people want fast results, fast money, instant success. That mindset destroys long-term thinking. Now imagine the opposite. Slow growth, steady progress, long-term focus. That builds real wealth. Now here's something powerful. Wealthy thinking is strategic thinking. Now imagine this. Instead of asking, "How much can I spend?" you ask, "How much can I build?" That changes behavior. Now let's go deeper. You must think like an owner, not only a consumer. Now imagine this. Most consume constantly, entertainment, products, status items. But owners think differently. They create, build, invest. That changes financial direction. Now here's the truth. Consumers spend, owners build. Now imagine this. You focus on creating value. That increases opportunity. Now let's go further. You must develop emotional discipline around money because emotional decisions create financial damage. Now imagine this. Fear causes panic decisions. Excitement causes impulsive decisions. Now imagine the opposite. Calm analysis, long-term logic. That creates stability. Now here's something deeper. Financial success requires delayed gratification. Now imagine this. You sacrifice temporary comfort for future freedom. That builds wealth. Now here's the truth. Most people trade future freedom for present comfort. Now imagine the opposite. You stay patient. That compounds results. Now let's go deeper. You must stop chasing appearances, because appearance-based living creates pressure. Now imagine this. Luxury lifestyle without financial foundation. That creates stress internally. Now imagine the opposite. Simple, disciplined living, strong financial growth. That creates peace. Now here's something powerful. Freedom matters more than image. Now imagine this. You control your time, your choices, your future. That is real wealth. Now let's go further. You must train long-term thinking, because short-term thinking creates short-term results. Now imagine this. You think in decades, not days. That changes decisions completely. Now here's the truth. Compounding rewards patience. Now imagine this. Small, smart actions repeated for years. That creates transformation. Now let's go deeper. You must increase financial awareness, because awareness improves decision-making. Now imagine this. You understand risk, value, opportunity. That improves financial intelligence. Now here's something deeper. Financially disciplined people stay calm during pressure. Now imagine this. Economic problems appear, others panic, but you stay strategic. That builds resilience. Now here's the truth. Emotional stability protects wealth. Now imagine this. You don't react impulsively. You think clearly. That improves outcomes. Now let's go further. You must separate income from wealth, because high income alone does not guarantee freedom. Now imagine this. Someone earns a lot but spends everything. Now imagine the opposite. Moderate income, strong discipline, growing assets. That creates long-term stability. Now here's something powerful. Wealth grows quietly. Now imagine this version of you. You think strategically. You stay disciplined. You avoid emotional decisions. You focus on long-term freedom. That version is powerful, because now your financial mindset creates stability. Now here's the final shift. Stop chasing money emotionally. Start building wealth intentionally, because intentional discipline creates financial freedom.
At some point, you have to stop saying, "I'll become wealthy someday," and start asking, "Who do I need to become to build wealth?" Because wealth is not only about money, it's about identity, habits, discipline, thinking. Now here's the truth. Your future income often reflects your current mindset. Now think about this. How do you react to money? With fear, emotion, stress, or with calm strategy? Because your emotional relationship with money shapes your financial future. Now imagine this. Every financial decision you make either builds freedom or destroys it. Now here's the shift. Stop making emotional money decisions. Start making intentional ones. Now let's be real. Most people want the result of wealth without the mindset required for it. They want freedom without discipline, luxury without patience, success without responsibility. Now here's the truth. Wealth requires internal growth first. Now imagine this. You become more disciplined, more patient, more strategic. That changes everything. Now here's something powerful. Your habits reveal your future. Now imagine this. Daily overspending, complaining, avoiding responsibility. That creates financial struggle. Now imagine the opposite. Learning, saving, building skills, investing in growth. That creates opportunity. Now here's the truth. Small habits compound financially. Now imagine this. You improve slightly every day. That creates long-term transformation. Now let's go deeper. You must stop comparing your life to others, because comparison creates fake pressure. Now imagine this. You buy things to impress people. That weakens financial control. Now imagine the opposite. You focus quietly on your own growth. That creates peace. Now here's something deeper. Financial freedom is emotional freedom. Now imagine this. You no longer panic about money constantly. You stay calm. That changes your life quality completely. Now here's the truth. Money should create stability, not emotional chaos. Now imagine this. You control your spending, your habits, your focus. That creates confidence. Now here's something powerful. Wealth is often built quietly, without attention, without validation. Now imagine this. You stay patient while others chase shortcuts. That builds long-term advantage. Now here's the deeper truth. Most people destroy wealth trying to look wealthy. Now imagine the opposite. You build silently, strategically, patiently. That creates real freedom. Now let's go further. You must stop fearing money, because fear limits growth. Now imagine this. You learn financial skills. You improve decision-making. That builds confidence. Now here's the truth. Confidence grows through understanding. Now imagine this. You understand value, discipline, long-term thinking. That changes behavior. Now here's something powerful. The wealthiest mindset focuses on creation, not consumption. Now imagine this. You create value consistently. That attracts opportunity naturally. Now here's the truth. Money flows toward value. Now imagine this version of you. You think long-term. You stay disciplined. You control emotions. You build patiently. That version is powerful, because now your mindset supports wealth. Now here's the final shift. Stop asking, how do I get rich fast? Start asking, how do I become financially disciplined for life? Because discipline creates lasting wealth. Now here's the final realization. Money starts in your mind. So change your thinking first, and your financial reality will slowly follow.